Hi, welcome to Akwaaba Football. Once again, we are back with the week 3 of Premiership Review. It's a very intriguing weekend. We saw the matches of the top 6, some unexpected surprise results. Some of the lower teams are creeping up and catching up in terms of the performance level. We're looking at Chelsea, the surprise results. City as well, Newcastle showing that they're not a pushover. Arsenal cruising as usual, as expected in the last few matches, but the big test is still yet to come. We're looking at teams such as Leeds and also having Tottenham still pushing, not necessarily playing well. However, they're still grinding out results. And as we all know, football is a results game. So today, my host, to the far end, George, and usual suspect, Coachella. So guys, welcome today.
Thank you.
I hope you're all doing well, in good health, everything good?
Good.
Okay, so your overall assessment of week 3 performance, what would you like to, what's your assessment of week 3? Maybe we can start with Chelsea.
Well, I would say Chelsea had a defensive problem.
Okay.
It's not actually coming from the centre backs. It's coming from the defensive midfield. You see, when N'Golo Kante is not in your team, you're going to have defensive problems.
Well.
So, as soon as Mendy made that mistake, everybody started shaking.
But would you say that Mendy has been, in the last few months, he's looking a bit shaky for some time now?
I would say he's relaxed. There's no competition for him anymore. There's no competition for him anymore. Nobody's going to bench him now. So he's relaxed.
Anyway, before I take my own opinion, but
Right,
George,
Leeds,
your thoughts?
The Leeds and Chelsea game. Okay, I think it was from, like as Coachella said, it was from the defensive midfield, the midfield department.
Okay.
Yes, so because you could see from the previous game, Kante had an hamstring and
right.
Kovacic too has been out for a while. And Jorginho too, we know him with his defensive prowess. He's not that good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and okay, with Gallagher, the system let's say the system will not fit. The 3-4-3 will not fit the kind of ball he plays. He's an attacking midfielder. Yes, so he can't advance a lot. Otherwise, you leave gaps between the midfield and the defense. So I think it was a defensive midfield.
But
problem.
guys, usually we are all guilty of talking about how the big team didn't perform. Do you also think that Leeds came with a plan and they executed to perfection and nullified any threats that Chelsea had, rather than Chelsea not playing well? Maybe Leeds made them not play well.
Okay, so let's
because I've noticed that their coach has brought in some key players. I think Harrison, Aronson, and there's another player that I've forgotten the name. But these guys, actually they played the City stroke Arsenal kind of game where they really pressed Chelsea. Literally. And dare I say, has Koulibaly's bubble burst? The reality of the Premiership, the finesse, the speed, the physicality.
Yes.
He was caught off guard.
Yes, like you said, the Leeds coach, he came in with some quick players.
Yeah.
Players that are quick. Someone like James, James is quick. So remember the goal they scored, the first goal. It was the high pressing that they made.
Mistake.
That made that mistake to come.
It forced the mistake.
Yeah. So you are right. The coach, he read the game very well, and then he made them play a fast one with Chelsea.
Okay.
So yes, and the coach is a new coach.
Okay.
As compared to the other one, this one he doesn't do the man marking. Yes, because the other one he does the man marking, leaving spaces behind.
Right.
And they are beating with a pass, just a pass, and the whole defense line is beating. But this one, he's compact. He's really focused on the team shape, and they press very high.
I was very impressed.
Tuchel said it. Tuchel said it even before the match. He said you know they are quick.
Rodrigo, yes.
Rodrigo is the guy. I've been actually observing him in the last. I mean, we're in week 3, but I thought. Are you aware he's actually the top scorer at the moment in the Premiership?
Yes.
The game before this very game, he played as a 10. But this time around, Patrick Bamford got
played
9,
9,
and he played 9.
Nine.
He still scored.
Yeah.
So you could see the system is
It's
actually
interesting.
It's working for them. Yeah.
Moving on. Coach, I'm not going to go with the direction that you want to.
Okay.
Let's look at Tottenham.
Okay.
It was a laboured result. I mean, previously, just like what they did at Chelsea, although Chelsea was probably a tougher match, but I mean, they grind out. They're not particularly playing well, and traditionally, Spurs don't always start well anyway. I mean, last season they beat City to begin with, and then they went on a poor run. That's when they had the Nunes, the Portuguese coach, and then Conte came in. But I think they have obviously improved their squad. You still have Harry Kane, surprisingly scoring, even though it's not September yet. You know, that maybe the voodoo is broken. But I think what I like about Tottenham is that even though they're not playing well, we are beginning to see that they are still getting results. And that's a mark of a very good team. Your thoughts?
Yes, you're right. No matter how the situation, they try to grind out the 3 points or at least get something from it. Like the match they played against, the last match they played, you see,
Against Chelsea.
yeah, they suffered a lot.
Yeah, they did.
But they were still there even till 93 minutes before getting that equalizer.
So is there a mentality shift, would you say?
Yes, you can see what Conte has brought in.
Because the Tottenham of old would have probably lost this match.
Exactly. So you can see even Wolves, they had more shots on goal than Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yet they couldn't take. Yes, even the first half, Tottenham didn't get even one shot on target for like 40-something minutes.
Wow.
You see, so I think is the effect of the coach. I think he has brought that mentality of don't give up, press till the 90 minutes.
I want to put this to you. Conte, is he the one to make a difference because of his exploits? We all know he has the potential. He's won the Premiership before. He has brought maybe in a winning mentality. He has also psyched the players, and obviously they've added quality to their squad.
So, okay, Conte is a proven winner. You know, he came to Chelsea, he did it. He has gone to Inter, he did it. But, okay, let's see, Tottenham has not been impressive so far. Their play, I think they are a bit sluggish. But Conte is really prioritizing on his defense. That if he doesn't score, he'll still have his shape. And with even personal change, because Romero did not play the other time. His main man, Romero.
Yeah.
He didn't play. But he had David bossing up.
I noticed that Sessegnon did not also play.
Sessegnon
And then you had a very Perisic.
But he still had his.
Those are these 2 wingers.
And Emerson Royale, yes. Yeah. So you could see, okay, Conte can do it, but again, the big guns are around. And Tottenham cannot thrive against the big guns.
But one person that I'm still disappointed looking at my EPL, and I'm still resisting not changing him. So he's unusually quiet. Do you think he's tired? Has he been playing non-stop over the last maybe 18 months or so?
I think he's
burnt out.
His form.
Would you say he's burnt out?
Okay, so I think it's the form. And I also think last season too, he was also there. I mean, he was their top scorer.
Yes.
So, and he played a lot of games too. He played a lot of games.
He won the Golden Boot. He won the
Golden Glove with Salah.
Yes.
18 goals.
Yes.
21 or something. 21.
I think I had about 23
Ronaldo
or
had
so.
18. 23, yes.
Yeah, 23 goals, yeah.
So, okay. It's too early.
It's
So
too early
let's
to
see.
judge.
As you said, Hurricane has broken the voodoo in August. Yeah, in August he broke a record. So let's wait for him, because now all the balls have shifted to Kulusevski's side. Now it's like he's been the creative man.
You know, I noticed something. Wolves nullified Kulusevski.
Yes, they pushed him
Yes.
out.
If you take him out, it looks like Tottenham are not as effective.
He's their creative man.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? For the matches I've watched, the 3 matches I've watched,
Yeah.
he's been their main creative man. he takes in the ball with his left foot and whips crosses, precise crosses, and
He's
passes.
really a marksman.
Yes.
There's no two ways about
So
it.
would you say?
Both did well.
So would you say this is a blueprint on how to play Spurs? Of course, if you have a better team, a better quality, you probably can take your
No,
chances.
like
more.
you said something about anytime Tottenham meets a good defensive team, they struggle. Remember you said that.
I did say that.
I remember Wolves. I think they were the third most defensive team last season, right?
Yeah.
They considered lesser goals.
So very little.
Yeah. So that one also showed that if you are defensively good, then you can face Tottenham and then neutralize them.
Okay. All right. Over to the team of the moment. Arsenal. I mean, they are on a run, and some people say they haven't played the big teams yet. However, I would say you can only play or beat
What's
the
in front of
team
you?
that has been presented to you, or team you have to play.
Of course.
And so far they've sailed through. I mean, Odegaard. Wow.
But I was disappointed.
What a match. So
I was disappointed.
Wow, you were disappointed.
Yes.
Okay. So
I was
tell me.
expecting 6 goals.
I think.
We
think.
created-
Okay,
we
you're
created-
creating a ceiling.
We created a lot of chances,
Chances.
and we
Okay.
couldn't take them.
Oh, but note that Gabriel Jesus scored a wonderful goal.
Yes.
However,
It was
However,
disqualified, yeah. It was offside
it was offside, but I felt it's a bit harsh.
on him.
Now, did you see the VAR? And the VAR showed virtually, like it's literally a thin line to the point that if you zoom in, it will be pixelated. That's how much of
That's
a
how
margin
close,
is.
yeah.
It is. I felt it was a bit harsh. It was really
Well,
harsh.
there's
But
nothing
hey,
you can
that's
do
the
about
rules.
it.
That's the
Yeah.
rules anyway. But how have you seen the game? I mean, so far, what are the changes that you've seen with this squad compared to maybe last year? Obviously, they've added a few players, but in terms of the actual gameplay, who has really surprised you? Who are you seeing? Is it the usual like Jesus, maybe Saka? Saka has rather been quiet. So, Zinchenko,
Yeah.
the usual suspect. What's it, Jesus?
Jesus and Zinchenko, they've made the difference in Arsenal. So you can see, as soon as we have the ball, Zinchenko becomes the extra midfielder,
Okay.
and we play with 3 back.
Yeah.
So each time we make a mistake up front, instead of Xhaka running back to come and do his usual red card tackles,
It doesn't have to
Zinchenko
make all these.
is there to do those work.
So Zinchenko is more like someone that cleans up
Exactly.
after.
Exactly. That's just the difference. Jesus, when it comes to attack, you saw what Lacazette was doing to us last season. We created a lot of chances.
Huge difference.
Yes.
Huge difference. I mean, Jesus' first goal that we Odegaard scored. It reminds me of Thierry Henry against Tottenham. That
Yes.
goal, that individual goal that he went through everyone.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
Side step
really
one,
have
side step two.
Right now, I'm beginning to think that, look, and forgive me for being a little bit biased as an Arsenal fan as well, but it almost looks like Henry 2.0.
Yes. Yes, you're right. You're right. Because since the days of Thierry Henry, we've never had an attacker who is as hungry as Jesus.
To prove a point. Well, he has a lot to prove,
Yes.
He has a
Time
lot
will
to
tell. Time will tell.
of course. But anyway, if I may say, is it too early yet? Would you say Arsenal are looking like potential title contenders, not just top 4?
No, we can't conclude
You
now.
know that.
Yeah, we
Okay,
can't
fair
conclude.
enough. Your take?
Okay, so
George.
as for me, okay, I'm loving what Jesus is doing.
Mhm.
Yes, so like you were saying earlier that Saka has been quiet.
Yeah.
Jesus is doing the job too. He's picking up pockets of spaces. That was what Saka was doing. He was
Yeah.
also creating up spaces with his left, if you could remember, he was racking up points in the FPL and getting assists and goals.
Yeah.
Now it's like the ball is rather more on Jesus. He gets to Martinelli, he scores. The left side is now busy too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Yes.
I mean, there's something
But
that
White is not good attacking wise, so
There's-
Saka has to balance the way he goes.
But one person that for me has also surprised me, and it seems like the Jesus effect on his gameplay is Martinelli. He's like almost a different player now.
For me, Martinelli has been like this all this while. It's just the injury problem he had. If he start picking form, then injury comes, then Smith Rowe comes to replace him and all that. He has been like this all the while he's been at Arsenal. If you ask me, yeah, he's an aggressive player.
Before we move on, finish what you're saying. I want to ask you a question as an Arsenal fan.
you can ask me, no problem.
Okay, so I would like to ask you, how do you see things being for one particular player that I'm a bit concerned? Smith Rowe.
I'm worried.
Because I've been thinking, okay,
Yes.
obviously he was injured, he's come
Before,
back now.
yes.
It may take him a little while, but the way Martinelli is playing, I just can't see him getting into the team.
No.
However, it's a long season, number one. Number
Yes.
two, we have Europa.
Europa League,
We have FA Cup. There's so many matches to play.
Yes.
And knowing Arteta, if he's going to go on a tangent of Pep, there will definitely be rotation.
Of course.
At some point, maybe after like week 10,
Of course.
yeah, we can see rotation. Now over to the team of the moment. I can see a lot of smiles yesterday. Manchester United, you know, the Ten Hag, you know, is it now 9 Hag? You know, is it? It looks like some tactical, really tactical prowess.
He's beginning to.
Yeah, it's coming to fruition. But I mean, some would say, look, when it comes to United and Liverpool, most of the time it's adrenaline. Of course, Liverpool has been the better team over the last few years, but it's not always about form. It's more about putting one over the other team,
Yes.
and therefore usually it's adrenaline. Of course, I think Ten Hag got his tactics spot on. Who impressed you? Who made the difference? And this is to a United fan.
Okay. So yesterday I was just so happy with our backline.
Okay.
Yes, so they were quick with the listening to the coach tactics. Yes, because there are a lot of fans wanted to see this backline for a long time coming. Because
Okay.
we have been battered in our first match, battered in our second match, and our efforts have been abysmal. You get it?
Of course.
So the backline helped the win, because if you don't concede, you have a chance of scoring
course,
and,
yeah,
and
of course.
doing something.
Yeah.
Because we put in efforts to, and Rashford too. I saw the glimpses of the Rashford renew during the lockdown.
Yes, back, man.
Yes, and I hope he plays like this. He plays like this. And Martial too came with
Something different.
something
Offered
different.
something
He offered
different.
something different. And when it looked like Rashford was coming down, he brought him back into the game.
Okay.
And he scored. He eventually
Okay.
scored with Martial's assist.
Okay.
Yes. So with Manchester and Liverpool, it's more of effort. Yes, because the rivalry is there and everything. But Manchester for some time now, 4 years now, in the
Has
Premier
not
League,
beaten
we've not gotten the
Beating
better of them.
Liverpool.
Because you can see when there were even injury problems in Liverpool in previous years, Crystal Palace went to get their share, Fulham went to get their share, Chelsea, Mount gave them their share there. But
Manchester United.
again, they met Manchester United and it was the same old story. Yes, but this time around, we gave in a lot of effort and we believed that we could do something. And the coach also used, he got his tactics right, I must say. He got his tactics right.
Yeah, I think I was very impressed
He
with
used the
coach.
defensive line.
I'm
the
surprised.
high line.
I'm surprised he has not mentioned Malacia.
Oh yeah, he played quite well.
I'm
actually.
surprised.
Yeah, he played quite well.
For me, he was the man of the match.
Mm.
That boy reminds me of Evra.
Yes.
That boy is good.
Solid.
The boy is good. He made every one of them look good.
Let's see.
He made every one of them on that day look good.
I'll give it to Varane. Varane to did well.
Varane is experienced. He's
Yes.
experienced
Varane
French
well
international, so you
their
can't
shape.
take.
Malasa did well because of his age and that first match he played.
The only
He
player
has a point to prove.
the only player I had
had-
problem with
Uh-huh.
in Manchester United is Bruno.
Yeah.
Bruno Fernandes.
Yes, he was poor. He was poor that yesterday.
Okay, guys. Anyway, please subscribe, like, and also share your comments. And let's know your thoughts on all these teams and matches that we've been looking at. So, guys, yeah, I personally didn't watch the match yesterday because I had a little bit of an emergency. But I watched the highlights, and it looks like hopefully United can kick on from this. It will be a catalyst for them to start playing well. There's still tough times ahead. Tactically, I still don't think Ten Hag has fully figured out his first 11. Of course, benching Maguire was a big deal. Yeah, and then also Ronaldo. Although, look, you can't say that. In spite, I know, coach, how you feel about Ronaldo when you're trying to implement a high press game, of course. But I am still of the view that somehow, some way, Ronaldo will still have a role to play in the sense that he can get you out of jail.
The only role he has to play is to leave Manchester United.
That's debatable.
If they must survive this season, he has to go.
Well, that's debatable. I personally don't think. Look, Ronaldo can do a job. He still has a very high football IQ. Do you understand? On the pitch, he's still a brilliant player. A moment of magic.
The brain is there,
Yeah,
but the
he
body
still
is
has
weak.
it. He still has it. No, I won't say that because Ronaldo, if you learn, I don't know if you're aware of this, most physios will tell you that this guy it's like 10 years less than his age.
Yes.
Because he has really taken good care of himself.
Yes, but he was better.
Of course.
Years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Age is still there, but my point is, I still think he'll still make a contribution to the success of United.
He can sit on the bench.
Of course, a team cannot play with a player that doesn't want to be there. So for me, for that reason, he should probably move on. However, if he stays, he definitely still has a role to play. He definitely has something to offer.
Looking at
FA Cup,
Man United's play. Ten Hag has to make tough decisions like he made yesterday.
He has to.
I
actually watched his interview.
Crosses for Ronaldo to head and get his name. Yes, they can't do that. So you need to work hard. And let's take an example. Yesterday they gave him a pass. He was supposed to run and do something. When Van Dijk was in front,
he tried to shoot.
He just blasted the ball
with his left foot.
Yes. But the Ronaldo we knew earlier, 10 years, 5 years ago.
We want to connect with his teammates. Yeah.
Okay.
But
guys, I mean, one other thing that I want to also say, whilst we're talking about the top City, how did you see? Remember last week I told you that Newcastle is not a pushover.
Yes, you said it.
I said because I have actually been observing the Newcastle team, and Newcastle have gone about their business. They have the money, but they are not just buying any top positions. What they are doing is they have a very, very sensible manager that ensures that we are not just going to buy superstars. We are just going to buy players that comes and do the job.
But you know, no superstar will come to.
If you offer money, they might come.
No.
Remember, when City was trying to build the team, they were spending money right
but they were in the Champions League.
No, before Champions League. Remember, Yaya Toure came when they were not in Champions League.
Yaya Toure was not a superstar.
Coming from Barcelona.
No, he wasn't a superstar.
And what's that guy's name? The Brazilian forward. Robinho. Robinho came from a Champions League.
Well, we can say Robinho was a superstar then.
Yeah, exactly. So they use these kind of players to draw other players to come to the team. They spend a lot of money. But the point is, I've seen that Newcastle have gone about their business very, very differently. I love the back Trippier. You see, I mean, I noticed the tackle on De Bruyne. Initially, it looked like a serious foul where he was sent red card, but thankfully, after reviewing the VAR, the referee it wasn't a foul, and there was no malicious intent. It was a bad foul, but I don't think it was red card. And thankfully, for the VAR reviewed it, and it was corrected. But I think I'm seeing Newcastle as if care is not taken among the so-called top 4, top 6, they can easily creep in there. If they keep the kind of momentum they played against City, look, City was terrorized throughout, especially in the second half. Saint Maximin.
No, I don't think so.
Saint on the left.
I don't think so.
Carl Walker had the most terrible of matches.
I don't think so. City dominated that game. So the shocking thing is
I don't think so.
Yeah, they dominated. The shocking thing was that City scored first.
Yes.
For Newcastle to come back and even go ahead of
3-1
City is shocking.
How is it shocking?
It's shocking. Like you can't see that coming.
No,
nobody could have predicted that.
No one could have predicted overall, generally. But I think I watched the highlights twice, and I realized that Saint Maxima. Okay, do you know that he was actually man of the match?
That I can't give him that.
This guy literally the two goals that they scored, the free kick and then the second goal of Newcastle. Do you know it all came from him? Especially because he was just cutting through the City defense.
Look, City.
How many players are able to do that against City?
No, yes. Look, Newcastle tried. Generally speaking,
I think he was the difference.
But look, City had 10 shots on target.
You can have 100 shots.
And why
but if Newcastle had 6?
yes. Look, overall, we're talking about they had about 69% above possession.
They would look even if City plays against Liverpool, Arsenal, they will always be the team.
So no. I'm trying to prove to you that they dominated the game. It's not as if they dominated the game.
Overall, I agree with you.
They dominated the game, but Newcastle they were there. They were not going to give up, despite the fact that City scored first. They were still trying to get back into the game, and as we all saw, they came back and they still went ahead. So we give it to them. Yes, they tried, but City played better.
But I think Newcastle has been quite consistent. Towards the end of the back end of last season, remember they beat Arsenal, they beat so many teams. Exactly.
Yes,
so they have been building a momentum towards the start of the season.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
So for me, I'm just saying that if they keep that kind of performance against City being the best team, arguably one of the best teams in Europe,
they are the best.
They might be able to creep into the top 6. Trust me, if they keep that momentum going. So I think they are a team to watch.
I won't be surprised. Because they've invested. They've invested well.
Yeah. And they've gone about their business very smart.
And for the fact that they retained their coach going into this season, so they can gel together and then.
Another team that has been really underperforming, West Ham. You guys tell me what's going on with West Ham.
I don't know.
But they are playing like strangers.
I don't know.
It's almost as if I can't recognize West Ham of last season because
just all around. Yes. They don't know what they are doing.
They bought this new Italian striker, Scamacca.
He didn't start.
He didn't start the last year.
The only change they made was I think the defender. They brought in Tilo Kera.
And I'm also asking what's going on with West Ham. They the key players, Jared Bowen, these guys, we're not seeing anything.
I don't really understand. I don't know if it's the disappointment they had last season, going into this new season. The last season, the Europa League that they were knocked out. I don't know if it's that problem that is affecting them now. Maybe they are weak mentally, or I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with West Ham. To be frank, I don't know.
Anyway, guys, we are running out of time, but let's quickly go into prediction for week 4.
Okay.
First match, Southampton against Man United.
As a United fan, I'm hopeful.
You're hopeful.
And Casemiro coming in.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's also a player we haven't eye on. Although I feel he's overpriced.
Yes.
But give me your scoreline.
Okay, so I'm going 2-0, 3-0 United.
Okay.
3-1 United.
I'll probably go for 2-1. Southampton is at home. and so I think it'll be a little bit tighter than. I still expect United to win, but Brentford against Everton.
Everton win or draw.
Okay.
Everton, I'm not impressed with them. They can play when they start. When they start, they play well, but eventually they can collapse at any time.
Yeah.
And Brentford, they seem to be playing with some kind of vigor. So
okay,
I'll give Brentford win or draw.
I think this is a do or die.
Okay, so maybe 2-1 Everton or 1-1.
Okay, I'll go for 2-1 Brentford. I just feel that Brentford at the moment are a bit too strong. Everton have been very poor. Brighton Leeds, this is a very, very good match. These are two teams that are actually on form.
Brighton will be too good for Leeds.
Okay.
They will be too good for Leeds.
So what's the score like?
2-0.
2-0.
So I think Brighton.
I'll go for a draw. I actually feel that Leeds are actually the informed team that can actually press Brighton.
They can match.
I can tell you.
I won't be surprised if
I can tell you.
results go either way. But I'll probably edge towards, if there's going to be a winner, I'll probably edge towards Leeds.
Brighton is the boogie team now.
they match you good for good.
I'm telling you, they are the boogie team now.
Okay. Next. So you're going for Brighton.
Yes.
You're going for Brighton.
2-0.
I'm going for Leeds. I'll say probably a draw or Leeds win 2-1. Chelsea, Leicester. Interesting one.
That will be a tough match. That will be a tough match.
So it'll be a tough match. But looking at Chelsea's defensive problems, Kante is still out. Kovacic has not come into training sessions, but I don't think he'll start. So let's start to take
Koulibaly is out. Don't forget.
Yeah, Koulibaly is also out. So let's start to take advantage of this kind of situations. They did that to City last season.
Yeah.
They gave City 5-2. Yes. So I think Mendy too right now.
He's looking a bit suspect.
Yes.
I think I'll be going for 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw?
But I'm going for Leicester. Maybe a 3-1.
I'll go for Chelsea win 2-1. I think generally Leicester hasn't really been impressive. Although they have shown glimpses of what they can do, but I'll go for Chelsea win. Liverpool, Bournemouth.
Okay, so the match at Anfield, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Liverpool at home.
I think Liverpool kickstart their season from there. As Manchester started with them.
4-1 Liverpool.
4-1 Liverpool. Yes.
Okay. City, Crystal Palace.
That's
It could be another Newcastle. It could be another Newcastle against City.
They are old fool. Last season, Crystal Palace gave them home and away.
Yes. I think Vieira he has Pep's number.
Vieira is bringing in players which are actually worrying.
So quickly, scoreline.
Okay, so I'll give it to City, but I'm expecting Crystal Palace to.
I will still give it to City because of their last result, their previous result. So I'll give it to City.
Okay.
2-0.
I expect Crystal Palace to do
What's the
something.
scoreline?
Okay, so City 2-0, not
2-0. I'll go for 3-1 to City. Although don't be surprised if it's a draw. It ends up being a draw. Because Crystal Palace, at the moment, Zaha is quite on form. Aston Villa, West Ham. These are two teams that are not particularly in form.
Aston Villa cannot get the attackers firing. They get it today and tomorrow they are down. So I think West Ham, maybe they can play a draw. It can be an all draw.
I give it to West Ham.
West Ham.
2-1.
I'll also go for West Ham 2-1. Wolves, Newcastle. Wolves at home.
Newcastle to win.
Newcastle.
Okay, I'm going to Newcastle.
Yeah, I'll go for Newcastle 2-0.
1-0.
Nottingham. Sorry, Arsenal against Fulham. Arsenal at home, by the way.
Arsenal at home.
Yeah.
To be frank with you, I'm a little bit scared. Because Fulham, I love the way they play.
Full attack.
Yes, they are not afraid of anything. So you can see how they played against Liverpool, what they did. So, as an Arsenal fan, I expect Arsenal to win.
Yeah.
But let's say 2-1.
2-1.
Okay, so it's a derby. that match is a London.
It's a London derby, yeah.
I don't expect Arsenal to win convincingly, even if they win. But Fulham, I expect them to pull out something out of the game. Even if it's a draw, I'm okay.
So you're going for a draw?
Yes, I draw.
Okay. And you're going for?
Arsenal to win.
Okay, I'm going for 3-1 Arsenal. Or maybe 3-0 Arsenal. 3-1, 3-0. Let's see. Arsenal winning by two goals margin. And the last match, Nottingham Forest are home to Spurs.
Spurs to win.
Spurs to win. Scoreline?
3-0, 3-1.
Okay, I'm going with Spurs. Okay, 2-1, 3-0.
I probably feel Spurs will probably edge it 2-1, maybe. I don't know, but I go for a Spurs win. So guys, let's see how everyone does for next week. Once again, smash the like button, subscribe. This is Akwaaba Football once again, and hopefully we'll be churning out more content, doing another review, and also check out for new content that will be coming out week in, week out. Help this channel. Comment. Let's know your thoughts on various key points by our panelists, and let's see your thoughts. Akwaaba TV. Peace.